Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brooks Martin and I'm a retiree from the tech industry, and I hope to share with you guys some novel ideas or clear up some misconceptions and just help you out. Today's topic we're going to talk about is tape splitting. It's a really under talked about thing. It's a utility within the post processor that Vectric utilizes to let you take huge G-code files and break them up into multiple smaller files that you can run at your own leisure. You know, a 14-hour carve time could be broken into 2-hour carve times, 3 hours. You got the power, you can cheat it. Here we're looking at Vectric's guide to the editing post processors. You can find it under help and just scroll down. And once you get in there, it's just a couple lines down, maybe, you know, once you get past the first arguments and stuff, you'll be right there. You can see the format, the command, and all the arguments that go with that command. The problem is there's some typos in it. And so I sent that to Vectric support and asked them about it. And this is what they had to say. Okay, breaking down what he said was tape splitting, capital letters with an underscore between the tape and splitting, a white space, equal sign, white space, the argument for where it will split, white space, and then the argument for how many lines will look back for the retract, white space, then the file name and the number that it'll put in there, and then the extension. I found it interesting that he didn't put any separator between the number and the file name. You can put any character in there that you think is appropriate. Common is the underscore or a dash, but I think any file name acceptable text will work. And then a 0 he puts in, and the 0 is saying it will start without a number. The first file name in an example down at the bottom there is output.tpa. There is no number on that. And no is just saying the first file will not have a number added. By the way, white space is just the coder's term for space. And in this case, the white space is used as a delimiter separating the arguments. I want to point out that we're not really writing a whole new post processor. We're just amending or modifying one that's already existing. That's proven to work and it's fine. We're just going to add some text to it. We're going to add our command to do this tape splitting thing. All right. Then we'll save it as a unique post processor name. Okay, let's get into the nuts and bolts of actually writing the code to do this. First, let me point out, if your controller only recognizes the MS-DOS file format, that's 3 or 8 characters for the file name, the dot, and 3 for the extension. You need to keep that in mind. That's what this note is, and because it's going to add 3 characters, up to 3 characters, the underscore to separate the number and the number itself, and it could be 2 digits. By the way, the underscore is an optional character to separate the file name from the number. What we're going to do is find a spot within the post processor. You can put it anywhere you want. Put it between the post processor name and the header of the. I like to just put it right above the variables, and after the what do you call it, the block numbering. And let's do it. So I start off by just putting in the comments character, which is a plus sign for Vectric, and highlight it with the equal sign just to make it bold and brash, and do a character return. Give it a space so it's, you know, got some emphasis, and another space, and then put in the title for what this command will be following it. Put in another space just to keep it bold and brash, and then follow it up with the closing of that title to begin the start of the command. And the command starts off with the underscore split space equals. In this case, I put 500,000 space 100. That's the point where it goes back and looks at 100 lines for the retract. And then my file format. The %S is the file name, and the underscore separates the file name from the number. Close that with the, and put a tap file in there, .tap, double quotation marks, okay? And then I want to start it with a 1. Each file will have a number, and that's what the S says, is it'll have a number. Okay, what we need to do now is save it. And to save it, we go up to that. First, we got to save the name of this new file. And that's embedded within the post processor. We're going to change the file name that gets displayed when you are saving your tap file or your G code. You'll be able to drop down that menu and pick the right post processor. And that's what you'll see by putting in this change. And what I'd like to do is just say split, and we're splitting at 500K, so I added 500K to it. And save it. Okay, let's take a look at what we did before, what I ran before. We're going to look at the previous runs of the file. You can see that the first one generated this example was 100K, the split, and scrolled right down to the bottom. You can see that it stopped at the retracted and added the footer to it. At the top, you have the header that's standard for everyone. The second file here, we have the header, same as the one you saw just before. And at the bottom, you'll see that it has the retract right at 100K, and then the footer added after that. Retract, 1/2 inch. And third file, we'll open that one up here in a second. By the way, you can see the file extension, the file format. Same header up there. Only 60,000 this time. Only. And the retract, footer, and we're close. That's it. Good luck, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't be intimidated. It's easy to do. I did it, you can do it. Thanks.